Good morning. Good morning, everybody. My name is John Hodgman. Welcome to the Joy of Zoning. It is the Max Fun Drive, and that means that this is the 2 and only 2 weeks per year that we at the Maximum Fun Podcasting Network and Employee-Owned Cooperative come to you, the people of all the internet and indeed the world, to invite you to consider becoming a member supporter of the network, of Judge John Hodgman, the podcast, of E Pluribus Motto, the other podcast, and indeed all your favorite podcasts. On the Maximum Fun Network, already I am enjoying your comments and seeing that some people are having trouble seeing video. Some people are having trouble hearing audio. Help yourself out. Help each other out in the comments. We are broadcasting live, streamcasting live to Twitch, to what used to be known as Twitter, to the Judge John Hodgman Facebook page, indeed to Instagram Live, and additionally to the John Hodgman YouTube channel. But perhaps most importantly, the Judge John Hodgman YouTube channel, Judge John Hodgman Pod. And across most of these platforms, including YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, and that's it. I can see your comments and respond to them. Look, I'm going to do it right now. I'm responding to you. I am responding to you. My name is John Hodgman. And that's going out across those platforms. If you are not watching on YouTube, Facebook, or Twitch, I believe that you need to go to those platforms to watch in order to comment. Otherwise, you should feel free to watch. What am I going to do? Well, first of all, I'm going to look right in the camera, because I've got a brand new fancy camera right up there. I shouldn't be talking to myself. I should be talking to you, the camera people. You're the camera people. Someone in the comments, Mobius Strip NYC, says, I hope we're donating to get John some heat here in my Brooklyn office. Oh, I have plenty of heat in my Brooklyn office. I'm hotted up, excited for Max Fun Drive. And indeed, the theme of Max Fun Drive this year is spring break. Spring is sprung. Winter has been long, cold, hard, and painful. We've got a lot to face in the weeks coming up. But let us celebrate for a moment the return of the warmth and the sun. Although today it's a very cold and rainy day here in Brooklyn, New York City. And I'll use any excuse to wear my very bright double H Helly Hansen jacket that Christine gave me because Jonathan didn't want it. And I'm wearing my Hartford Whalers hat. H stands for Hartford. H stands for Hodgman, and H stands for the Judge John Hodgman podcast. In a moment, I'm going to start playing SimCity 2013 at spring break. I only do this once a year, and the real question is, why don't I do it every day? Because it's really the only thing I want to do is play SimCity 13 and chat with you people, aside from doing the wonderful podcast, Judge John Hodgman, as well as the new podcast that I do with Janet Varney, which is called E Pluribus Motto. Check it out if you haven't. But none of these podcasts would be possible without the support of our members. You can listen for free all the time. But if you want to support the thing that you listen to, maybe I dare say the thing you like, maybe I dare say the thing that you love. When you have the means, please. The URL is scrolling right below me right now. MaximumFun.org/join. I'll say it again. MaximumFun.org/join. I will mention it again during this SimCity 2013 sesh, which will last at least 90 minutes. We'll be zoning out together as I zone commercial, residential, and industrial in SimCity. What is SimCity? What if you Well, if you weren't born 10 years ago, it's possible. This is what we're talking about here. SimCity. I'm going to turn down the StreamYard rights-free music to perhaps turn, so you can perhaps hear, maybe, the SimCity music. I'm not sure if you can hear it or not. And the sound effects. Let me know in the comments if you can or you can't. Kate is in the comments making comments. Kate has always been my SimCity tutor. Side note for anyone who plays SimCity 2 Point Museum is a super fun new sim type game where you build museums. Kate is apparently buzz marketing new sim games. Me, I'm the oldest school. I love SimCity 2013, the notoriously buggy and final update to the SimCity franchise until they put a new one out. Don't get at me about City Skylines. Not for me. I want little people yelling at me. Little people like, oh, I don't know. Let's see. Let's find a little person here. What's going on here? Okay. Yep. I've renamed my city. Little people like these little people. Here's one now. Seeking low-paying work. Aubrey Tong. Now, this is made in 2013, and yet couldn't have been more timely. This is a city that I was working up the other day just to get my feet wet. I really haven't played since we were last together a year ago at the last Max Fun Drive. But we're going to play today, and we're going to be playing not even all week long. Every weekday morning, this weekend next, the 2 weeks of the Max Fun Drive, I will be here with you in the morning, this same time, these same channels, zoning, residential, commercial, and industrial. And if you've never played this before, this is the city that I was practicing on. I made a lot of simoleons, but I didn't cheat, but I've been working on this for a while. Just getting back into it. And if I put on my zoning panel here, you will see that these green lines, this is where I've zoned for people to live. That's residential. And the blue lines are commercial. There's some, oh, okay. There's a house that was abandoned due to too much sewage. I better bulldoze it. You want to see it up close? If you've never seen it before, this is your first bulldozing. Bye. And someone's already starting to build again right there. There are many different kinds of cities you can build. This one is a university city. That's the university. It's surrounded by happy little trees, and indeed one of my inspirations for this stream is, of course, The Joy of Painting with Bob Ross, where one could play, when he was alive and even now in his recordings, you can pleasantly zone out while he paints a picture. And we're going to paint a picture of a city together. In fact, we're going to paint a picture of multiple cities because the goal is to build HODG-TONA Beach, a pleasure island, if you will, of pure debauchery and spring break fun in honor of this year's Max Fun Drive, which is themed to spring break. I'll move around a little bit while I'm talking so you can see other parts of the city. This island, oops, I don't want to bulldoze my water plant. This island, you can see in the distance. It's going to be right over here. There it is. I have wanted to build a city on this island for a long time, but building a tourist-based city, which is what we're doing, a spring break resort with amusement parks and casinos and fun stuff like that and airports and everything else, is hard to do, especially on its own. So what we're going to do first, and the other thing you need if you're going to build a tourist city, is tourists. And that means you need another city in the region that has a population to visit your tourist town. Otherwise, this isn't going to work. Does that make sense? Does anyone have any questions so far? Well, everyone's having a nice conversation in the comments. Enjoy them. Give me an alert if something gets out of hand. I'm going to try to move this over a little bit so I can see the comments while I'm building the city. But what we're going to do right now is we're going to start from scratch. So I'm going to go out of here. I'm going to exit to main menu. Yes, I mean it. I really want to do it. I want to start from scratch. And we're going to spend some time today and probably tomorrow. Uh-oh, there we go. Whew. We're good. We're running. This is pretty amazing that this program even still runs. This is not updated anymore. But we're going to spend some time today and tomorrow building a city that will provide us with a population to go to HODG-TONA Beach, and as well energy and water and money to build the stuff that we want to build over in HODG-TONA Beach. Because building a tourist city from scratch without tourists or any of that stuff, I've learned the hard way, doesn't work. And we're going to get right into it, because we're going to go right here to Reflection Atoll. This is where I want to build. This is the pleasure island right here in the middle that you can probably see. There are multiple city spots along this atoll. So I'm not going to build on the island first. I'm going to build back here. We're going to name this region Max Fun Ipelago 2025. Last time I was working in sandbox mode, if I remember correctly. Lots of cheats. No cheating. No cheating. If there's anything we've learned, there are no shortcuts. Can't go around it. Got to go through it. Next, I'm going to claim a city that I want. I'm going to use, this is going to be the eventual destination, the tourist destination, HODG-TONA Beach. And you can see it doesn't have a lot of wind, has a fair amount of water, but has otherwise no natural resources. It does have a rail connection and a boat connection, which is important for a tourist city. So we need some resources to exploit. And I'm going to go over here to the city currently called Ingot Landing, because it's got a lot of water. It's got a lot of ore. And ore is something that we can mine and transform into what you would call alloy. You can even start making that into computer processing chips. That's where the money is. I want to build up a store of people and a store of money. Two very, very meaningful resources when you need to build a tourist city in SimCity. I won't talk about how it tracks to the real world. And we're going to play Ingot Landing. We're just going to jump into it here. I'm going to go switch back to the comment. I'll move this over so I can see the comments a little bit better. There we go. And yeah, okay. I already told you, don't talk about city skylines with me. It's not the same. But thank you for being here, Devin. I really appreciate it. Looks like Jennifer Marmer's in the chat. So is KT from Max Fun. Marmer, I don't know where you are in the chat. I missed you, but looks like you guys are having some fun Max Fun Drive conversations in there, which I am delighted by. Love Valerie Moffat as well. All my Max Fun family are here. That's okay, Devin. I'm just glad you're here. Don't worry about it. Hey, look, our city has been loaded. Thank you very much, Chris, for saying that this is like the joy of painting. I'm gonna get really soothed out here in a moment. I'm gonna really go into my zone. So I'm just gonna say for one more moment, one more bit of pitter patter. Let's get at her, as they say in Letterkenny. But my last bit of patter, just to remind you, it's the Max Fun Drive. If you want to become a member, and support Judge John Hodgman and the other Maximum Fun podcasts that you love. The URL is right there at the bottom. It's covering up the amount of money that I have in this game, which is zero. I'm going to have to move that banner away for a little while. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and do it. I think you've seen it. So let me take that banner off for now. I'll bring it back again. You can see the full screen as we start to build this new city. And I just want to say, we will also be streaming this afternoon at 5 p.m. Eastern. I want to make sure that's right. 5 p.m. Eastern. Let me know if I'm wrong, Jennifer Marmer. It'll be our kickoff stream for the whole Max Fun Drive. The whole Judge John Hodgman crew will be in the spring break party house to say hi to you and to announce all the other fun things that we're going to be doing. We have unlockable goals. Once we hit a certain number of memberships, we're going to do some fun stuff. You're going to be very excited about it. You're going to hear about Get Your Pets, where that fits in. You're going to hear about my offer to mispronounce the names of new members on the internet and all the other fun stuff that we're going to do. So mark your calendars if you want to do some streaming later this afternoon for 5 p.m. And in the meantime, let's get into it. I'm going to bring the comments back over here so I can see everything. Flophouse Podcasts, I need this peaceful energy too. I'm so glad you're here. All right. This is going to be our city of Ingot Landing. And as you can see, it's got a little bit of a bay, which is good because we're going to do some trading in here. We're going to be trading on the world market. There's the train station. It's got some challenging terrain, some weird upper levels, a weird lower level. I have 50,000 simoleons to start, so I'm going to need to start raising some money as soon as possible to build what we need to build. First thing we need to do is build a road. Excuse me. First thing we need to do is check out the land. We want to see where the wind blows because that's going to tell us where our wind pollution, our air pollution will go. So I want to make sure that the wind is blowing from left to right. I want to make sure that the industrial area is over here. And then I want to see where this ore is. I chose this location because of its deposits of ore. Big deposit of ore over here. And I suspect that that's all I'm going to want to mine for the time being because I might want to put other heavy industry in this area. We'll see. But what we want to do is we want to build a road to that area. And I'm going to start by building a dirt road because it's cheap and I don't have a lot of money to spend right now. So I'm going to build a road. I guess I'll follow this guideline. Why not? All the way up here. And I'm just going to circle this area. Before I draw that road, I didn't see what that notification was, but one thing I don't want to do is I don't want to put the road on this hill, you see. So I'm going to bulldoze that road back a wee bit here so that I can get. And my road advisor is telling me to build a residential zone. I know it. Don't worry. I'm going to build some worker housing really soon, bud. I'm going to bring this road out a little bit further, but I'm going to ultimately, I'm going to have to upgrade that road. So I don't like drawing roads in little pieces. I like drawing roads in longer pieces because it makes it easier to upgrade. I don't want to do that. I will do this. To about here, and then I will go here. Yeah, there we go. bring it to there. And then I will bring it over. Shoot. Yeah, it's fine. Does it look perfect? Not really. Is it acceptable? Perfectly so. And now I have all of these wonderful guidelines to draw more road. And I'm going to do that using the square road just to start zoning. One of the great therapeutic elements of this game is that I've learned through discomfort immersion to not let these various advisors who are yelling at me all the time to get under my skin. Okay, let's get to it. We're starting a little place here. I feel like we want a road to connect there as well. So let's go ahead and do that. Make that a line. These plots of land are pretty small for neighborhoods. Like I couldn't put a mega tower in there. And that's way in advance. I'm just planning for a little village of one hopes relatively happy workers. And now I'm going to zone. I do have to zone some industrial. Thank you for reminding me. This, as we know, is the outline of our ore fields. And we also know that we want to put the industrial zone over here. So I'm going to take this road that I started over here. I know. You can yell at me all you want. I'm going to do things my way. We're just going to continue it all the way over here. That does go up on the hill a little bit, but that's the way it goes. And I'm going to build some squares out here. I'm going to make these a little bit bigger. This is our industrial zone. We might even put a train station in there. This will also be where we will put the garbage and the recycling in time. So let's go ahead and zone a bunch of industrial over there, or a fair amount anyway. We can always add more. Why does this look? What? Why is this crooked? This road is because of the slope, I suppose. Let's do 3 industrial zones, and then let's get back over here. And now these folks, these streets are too. Well, let's see what happens if we pack them in. What's the worst that could happen? What I'm going to do is I'm going to put a line of shops this way and make the rest residential. Or I could alternate it like this. There needs to be some shops in every residential area. You don't have to be too particular about it. And they don't need that many, but these Sims, they need to shop somewhere. Let's go. Those of you who've played before are like, these blocks are too small, and you're not wrong. But I'm looking for happy accidents here. Let's get some people in here. People moving in. And let's check our ore field and see if how did I do? Right, so we could even connect here. No, I don't want a square, thank you. Okay. That kind of goes right through there. I kind of don't want to do that. Do that. It's not pretty, but do you know what? Mining ore never is. I'm just going to put a comment in maximumfun.org/join. And I'm going to pin that comment so you can see where we're talking about there. It's an important link. Pin. Delete comment. Oh, I can't. It says, oh, here, show. There it is. Just put it there for a minute. Let's get back to this. Okay. We are going to need electricity, water, and sewage, ASAP, for these nice people. It's a very small city so far. And we don't have the money, frankly, to do much except build a water tower. So let's do that. Simple water tower. And you can see where all the water is here. Now, we're going to be mining ore up here. So this area is going to get polluted. On the other hand, there's a lot of water up here. I think it's going to be safe up there. There's a lot of water there. I think it'll be far enough away from the pollution. And there's really nothing else I can do with that space. So that's where I'm going to put that water right now. Kate lives near the largest mine in the world. Let us know where that is. Yeah, you can see now these people, these shops are starting to complain about a lack of water. Don't take their complaints too seriously. It'll all sort out in a second. Here we have some people moving in. Now they're complaining. We need some power in this city. Well, I agree with you. And I'm going to tell you right now, there's wind power. I don't have enough for oil power plant. I don't have enough for solar power plant. So we're going to take a really basic, it's a wonderful approach to generating power, wind power. It's all I can afford at the moment. But it won't be enough power for the kind of city that it's going to be a real powerhouse, this city, you see. A real powerhouse. I feel like we can put the wind plant right up 10 miles an hour. It's pretty good. Let me bring this up a little bit here. Oh, I'm going to make it go this way. This will come in handy later. And let's put this wind plant up here. Then we can really expand it as necessary. And when the time comes, I can put an oil plant right over here. But I do want to keep an eye on where all the water is, because once we start building out industrial, we're going to need to get some real water, a lot of water. That's what I mean by some real water, a lot of it. Why can't I ever find the water pane? There it is. So as you can see, there is a lot of water here. And we want to make sure, this is a good spot up here. I want to make sure it's in a spot where we're not going to get polluted. But for now, we have all the water we need. Once this stuff starts working, you'll see here that we need a poop pipe. People are going to be, this is just what happens. And we can put that poop pipe anywhere this way over here. Let's just put it there. No, I don't want a sewage sanitizer. Sewage outflow pipe. It's going to go right here. Okay. We don't have any police or a fire department or medical facility or education yet, nor do we have any parks, nor do we have garbage collection yet. We'll get to all of it. Well, should I get to garbage collection? I'm not yet approved for a garbage dump. I need a town hall first, which means I need a certain amount of population. Look at all these little ants. Are there two Kate Littletons, or is that you, Kate, commenting on different platforms? It is true that one of the joys of moving to Maine/New Hampshire, almost every house is septic. But I thought you were living in Salt Lake. Well, whatever the case. A petition to build an Omega co-factory has been approved. That is a science fiction element of this game that I do not F with. But a petition to build an ore mine has been approved that I am going to F with. As soon as we have enough population to get it going. And the town hall has now been approved as well. So good for us. We did it, everybody. Let's speed things up a little bit. Got to wait for that power to come online. You can see power is now working. These yellow lines represent where power is going to. That's good. Not enough freight consumers. And that's a good point. Let me add a town hall, then I'll add a trade depot. Then we're going to build more, what you call it, housing and such. This is my ore field here. I could put the town hall here or here. I'm going to put it right in the middle of this residential area because people like it when the town hall is near them. Like that. Look at all those happy green faces. And I can name my city. I'm going to call it Powerhouse. Because this will be the city that powers our other city with population, cash, energy maybe, leaving us room to put in as many casinos and pleasure palaces as we can over there on that island. Eventually, we will not get to it today. And it's also in honor of that famous song, Powerhouse. You know that, Powerhouse. Hey, can I just say thank you to the Gaming Muse for being a brand new listener to Judge John Hodgman. It's been a great and distracting during a lengthy recovery period. I'm sorry, I don't know what you're going through. I hope you're doing as okay as possible. And I wish you the very best. Thanks for listening. And if you have just started listening within the past year, you might not know that Max Fun Drive is the 2 and only 2 weeks a year that we ask for you to consider supporting our podcast and our network. Membership starts at only $5 a month. You get all of this incredible bonus content, as well as the joy of zoning and the joy of knowing that you are supporting a thing you love. MaximumFun.org/join. That's all I'm going to say about that right now. Let's get back into it. And let's see what's happening here. I think it's probably time for us to get some more population online. And that means building more roads. I thought that was the square tool. I was wrong. It's fine. I'm going to bring it out to there. Make this a little bit bigger. Is that awkward? Yeah, a little bit. What if I, pardon me, if I were to, nope, don't do that. I mean, pardon me while I'm going to mute myself because I have a little tickle in my throat. And I'm back. Thank you, Greatest Jen. We will be adding a bus line for sure. All right. I mean, one thing I don't want to do, well, I'll just do it. Let's just go ahead and do it. Let's connect the things that need to be connected. What are you talking about? Cannot create there, but oh, I see, because it's dipping down. That's why it looks that way. Got it. Right, because the landscape is dipping down towards that cliff. That's why that looks diagonal from that point of view, but it's not. And instead, we will run some more. It's infrastructure week. Let's go ahead and run these across. We'll create these city blocks. See how that goes. I don't know. Again, these are all dirt roads over here. And again, we're going to just go ahead and zone some shops. Just do it this way. This time I'm going to stay on the same side of the street. It's nice to have a little bit of a commercial district. And then we'll add residences there. And what was the other thing I was going to do? Add parks, add schools. Oh, right. What I need to do, I don't want to build a gambling house. That's for our tourists. We have 1,001 souls in this city. Taxes are too low. I'm going to bump them up to 11 because I got to make some money. I can lower the taxes later. This is SimCity 2013. Thank you, Synthos, for being here. It is the last edition of SimCity to exist. And we're doing it in honor of the Max Fun Drive. I'm going to put this banner up for a little bit. I will keep an eye on my money. You keep an eye on that banner. And that will explain to people just joining us, in part, why we're here. This is the Joy of Zoning. It is a morning show that I am hosting. Me, John Hodgman. John double H. Hella Hodgman. That's my nickname. And we're hosting this because it's the Max Fun Drive. And what's that? Well, the Judge John Hodgman podcast is hosted by the Maximum Fun Network, maximumfun.org/join. It's the two weeks a year when we ask you to support the network. The end. That's all I'm going to say about it. Well, I'll let the ticker tape do the talking while I do the zoning. I've raised taxes. Hooray. Now I can get some garbage collection going. And it would probably be good to connect this end of the city with the other end. And I'm going to do that like this. Boink. Boink. Whee. Come on down. Yes. And as I mentioned before, we want to have the garbage over here. So we're going to just get a nice little dump going. And see, this is a little bit too tight. You see, these red boxes mean that there are units of the garbage dump that will not fit there. So what I'm going to do is, you may or may not love this, but these blocks are too tight for any good to come of it. So I'm going to draw a line in the sand, which is also called a road here. I'm going to go ahead and extend. Well, what I'm going to do is, this is going to hurt, but we got to do this to grow. I'm going to get rid of this. And we're going to get rid of this. You can't see it because of the ticker tape, but I've almost made back all the money that I've spent so far thanks to those high taxes. You want services, you got to pay taxes. It's just the way it is. I'm tired of people saying otherwise. That go there like that. So this is going to work a little bit better because we have these buildings. These buildings can get pretty big. They need room to grow. But I will go ahead and continue these roads out. Or can I? Yeah. Like that. Is this T intersection ideal? No, but I don't care. I ought to call this the art of not caring. Let's get that freight zone filled out again. We'll just do those two because that'll replace most of what we lost. And let's go ahead and get the dump in. Now this should fit in here with no problem. Yep, see? No problem whatsoever. Or over here even. Isn't that a nice spot for a dump? I'm going to use that for wastewater collection maybe. Switch. Okay. But right now I want to make sure that everyone can reach this dump. We'll put it right there. Garbage coverage for neighbors is available. And I'm going to hold on spending money on an incinerator. You could add an incinerator, so you can edit all of these buildings. So I could, for a mere 25,000 simoleons, add an incinerator. But you know what's going to happen right now? The garbage is going to go in a dirt pile right here, dirt and poop pile. That's just the way it's going to be. I'm so glad that we're able to calm your nerves. I can't tell you what playing SimCity does for me other than erase my entire weekend. Great to see you, Jennifer Marmer. See you today at 5 p.m. Those of you who know that this afternoon, Monday, the 17th, happy St. Patrick's Day. Green, I guess. The first day of the Max Fun Drive, the Judge John Hodgman crew are all meeting here again at 5 p.m. Eastern, 2 p.m. Pacific to just hang around and kick off the Max Fun Drive. But let's get back into playing SimCity. Any moment I'm not playing SimCity is some time wasted as far as I'm concerned. You want to get in close and see what's happening? Sure, why not? Here's the dirt road. That's the long dirt road to the other side of town. We're going to walk along it. It's just a little industrial settlement in a town that we call Powerhouse Ledge. That's a better name for it. And we're starting to get into some little houses here. And you can see that's where the tiny home movement is a big part of this community. Everyone's moving so fast. Let's slow it down a little bit to turtle speed. There are 3 speeds. There's turtle speed, llama speed, and cheetah speed. This is the fastest one. Here's some of their little trailers and tiny homes. Here's some guys hanging out behind this gas station, it looks like. What are they saying? Belinda Sanford is keeping the shop clean. Rose Cunningham asks, paper or plastic? Soderlund's freezers and refrigerators. Sausage. Surprise. Just some of our neighbors here in this land of make-believe. Is there another sausage surprise down here? This really is a Hodgman town, isn't it? Premium meat tubes, big competitors. You don't get jokes like this in City Skylines, I'm telling you. That's why dads love SimCity 2013. Corny. It's corny. You want some corn? Go to Food Cheap. Chef Guillaume's they're saying now. Let's see what an average citizen has to say if I can catch one. That's a garbage truck. We just built that dump. It's hard to believe that this is the slow speed. Come on. Let me pause it. There we go. Let me find a human. A frozen human. There we go. Deandra Cohen is burning off some energy. Here's a little kid. Bria Yu also burning off some energy. We'll give them parks and such to do that soon. But now it is time to zoom out to the big picture again. Now, there is really no reason why we shouldn't have housing, at least for now, in this block. People like to live near the town hall. So we can put a few shops in here. And then we can zone that for housing too. And yeah, there's really no reason that we shouldn't just keep going. Do you think this road will connect with this road? Like directly? I wonder. Let's find out. Ugh, nope. It's hard to tell if that's at a right angle or not. It's close enough. You know what? I don't hate it. I think that's going to be helpful down the road. So to speak. Now it is time, I think, to start some enterprise. Do we have the money to get a trade depot in? Yes. Do we have the money to get not an oil well, an ore mine? Yes. Where are we going to put? We're going to put one up here and one over here in time. Where is the most ore? 392 tons. Down here, 384. It's a lot of ore, but 392, you can't beat that. Let's do it. And in order to do something with that ore, we're going to need a trade port. And we want to make sure that the trade, gross. Now, see, there we go. There we go. I mean, what I would really want is for it to be on the main road. But you see these red boxes? I'll get a little closer so you can see. Those red boxes mean that there are units there, specifically storage units, that I won't be able to build because it's not enough room. So when you think about it, this road is just kind of not ideal here. So see if we can tighten this up a little bit. I mean, what I could do. Oh, are there medical problems? There are 5 deaths per day? What do you want me to do about it? I'm here trying to promote government efficiency. I could try to get this a little tighter. I can't. That's too close. Too close again. Too close. Too close. So how about I just don't do anything with it? How about I just leave that open? Is it bad? Is it good? Will it give me room for what I need? It might. I'll go ahead and put the trade depot up in here. In any case, I think this would be a good spot for it up here. Get that a little bit. There we go. Look at that. I get it all. I get everything I want. Local businesses urge the mayor to turn Powerhouse Ledge into a shipping hub. Guess what, local businesses? Mayor Hodgman is good for biz. And we're going to add an ore storage lot. We can add one here, here, or here. Add it there. This is a freight storage lot. And honestly, Kate or any of the other SimCity heads out there, it's a good idea. I like that. Nice to see you. Memphis Sotan, old pal. Oh, you're welcome, George. Thanks for being here. Yeah, Kate's giving me some advice as always. But if there is a reason for me to keep that freight storage lot, let me know, because I never see it being used. Now, once we start mining ore, you want to have the trade depot near to it, because they're going to try to get that ore to this storage lot. And then from this storage lot, it wants to go out to the world. And you would ideally have everything, all of this shipping, all this raw material mining and shipping as close to the big road as possible, because you want to get it out of your city so that people pay you money for it. But quite honestly, it's more important to me to have the trade depot near the producers. This might be a mistake, but I usually find that it's better that way, because otherwise the ore can get stuck in traffic on the way to the trade depot. And then you get a backup of materials. It's boring. But I wouldn't play it if it weren't boring. And we're going to export this ore at 7,500 simoleons per 10 units. And that's going to bring us a source of income. Good news is, in terms of income, we are still in the green. We are taking in more money in taxes than we are spending. And that's good. That means it's time. We will be expanding the ore substantially in a moment. But I want to get some more money first. So let's go ahead and expand our city, shall we? Let's get some more people in it. Let's do it. I don't know why I'm hesitating. Hesitation is not good. There's often this unused space over here. It always wants you to draw roads sort of away from the edge. I don't see the real benefit of that. That is a road that will eventually go down there. I don't love that angled road, but I don't know what else to do about it. I'll do that for now. It's not ideal, is it? Yeah. Who cares? Put in a couple of shops right here by the highway. Some more residences. This is a good spot to really just chunk it up. Chunk it up with roads, everybody. Yeah, that's how I'm going to do it. We can chunk it up this way. And I'm going to be making bigger lots now. Bigger chunks. You can see that this road kind of is a little wonky. But I don't really care. I don't really care about it. I like it. I think it looks interesting to me. Should I do another one? Why not? I made my chunks small after all. It just looks good to me. Let's get some more people in here. Our population has tripled. And then we'll add a hospital and a fire department. And only at the last minute will we add a police department. Because you see this road really bums me out. I'm going to get rid of it. I don't like it. It just is, it's wonky and I don't like it. And it's going to bum me out. And this is supposed to be a game. So we'll have these larger, I mean, there's a method to this madness. We're going to have these larger blocks up here. These T intersections are not ideal for traffic flow. But you got to look, nothing is perfect. Let's zone. I'm going to make this a little commercial strip like this. And I'm going to do the same over here. Zone, zone, zone. And a little here. And there's no sense in saving room at this point. When I start dropping in parks and whatnot, it's going to be fine. Look at that. Just max out pop. Powerhouse Ledge has to provide pop. It's got to provide pop. It's got to provide gas, or eventually oil energy, I think. It's got to provide cash. And let's go ahead and max out that area too. And let's speed it up. Well, probably it's a good idea to add some more. Let's see where the water is at. We still have lots, but probably it's a good idea to add some more. And we can even add some more water using this fancy hydro pumping station. Which can go right in there, and that will modernize a bunch of buildings. And it will certainly not get polluted. You can put it right in there, right? That's the garbage dump, so that'll get a little polluted. I don't know. I'm not going to modernize any buildings there, or I could put it right over here. Watch these buildings get modded up. There's a certain symmetry to that. It's probably a good time to go ahead and make an investment in another poop pipe. Just put it right next to this poop pipe. And it's probably a good time. You can already see that our power is starting to flag. So it's a good time to add some power. I do eventually want to sell power to neighbors, but not right now. I don't want to spend a lot of money. So I'd spend $5,000 for another turbine. Let's speed it up and get that online. Where does that bring us? Okay. Now we're just waiting for the money to flow in from this mine. And also from these new taxpayers who are going to be moving in. I don't know. What do you all think? Pretty happy about it. Maybe I'll just take a little quick break here. Talk to my friends in the chat. We are an hour and 2 into the live stream. I will be going for another hour till noon Eastern time. My name is John Hodgman. You're watching The Joy of Zoning. This is a special show that I do once a year for 2 weeks a year. Those 2 weeks, not coincidentally, coincide with the Max Fund Drive. If you've been looking at the banner that's been scrolling below, you will know that this is week 1, day 1 of the Max Fund Drive, the 2 and only 2 weeks per year when we ask you, if you're a listener to the Judge John Hodgman podcast, to consider becoming a member of the Maximum Fund Network and supporting the podcasts you love, including mine, Judge John Hodgman, including E Pluribus Motto, a new podcast that I'm doing with Janet Varney on Max Fun. I think you've seen that banner enough. Let's hide it. You can see my money is building up there. And the other ways I can look at this. Oh, here, there we go. Taking the moment for a little appeal. Well, let's check in on the comments, see what people are saying. Thanks for asking, A Case of Carson. Is this a continuation of the last Joy of Zoning? No, brand new. Brand new map, brand new cities. Max Fun Drive is themed to spring break this year. So the overall plan, as I play SimCity 2013 and present the Joy of Zoning from me to you every weekday morning during the Max Fun Drive, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday of this week and next, starting at 10 a.m. Eastern every morning for at least 90 minutes. Today, I'm doing 2 hours. And if I didn't have to record Judge John Hodgman today, I might spend all day here, quite honestly. In any case, we're building a spring break themed city called HODG-TONA Beach. It's going to be a paradise, an island paradise of gambling, entertainment, motocross shows, an amusement park, and it's all going to be built. I'll show you where it's going to be built. If I can get back to where I'm supposed to be. It's all going to be built right. See if you can see it from where we are here. Right over in the haze in this direction. Well, there's an island out there. You have to believe me. You have to believe me. It's just a little too hazy right now. So that's what's going on. And we're building this city, which is called Powerhouse Ledge, first to get a bunch of population and cash and other resources that we need to build that city. So we will not make it to the island. Maybe I'll get over to the island for a little preview of what's going on over there. I'll claim it. Before the end of today's session, I will claim it. if you only promise me this. My name is John Hodgman. This is the Maximum Fun Drive. Please won't you consider going over and becoming a member at MaximumFun.org/join now. Just like that. And if not today, stay with us for the rest of the week. We have all kinds of fun stuff coming up. We'll be talking about it. But for now, let's see what else we're talking about here. Isn't this historically how Las Vegas got built too? Sure, I suppose so. How many cruises have I been on so far? Well, it's a good point because we're going to have a cruise ship that goes to HODG-TONA Beach. In real life, I've been on at least 8 Joco cruises and 1 Max Fun cruise. And Dr. Verbs just says, hecky. Let's get back into it, shall we? How do I get back into it? What's the best way to get back into it? There's that one and this one. I think this one's better. Right? Yeah, I like this one better. It's nighttime in Powerhouse Ledge, and I'm getting some alerts across the board. You may notice that I now have 185,000 simoleons. And that's because we've started selling this raw ore. You can see it here. The more ore that we mine, the more we can sell. So I'm going to reinvest some of those earnings into this ore mine. But first, I'm going to put these taxes to work because look at this. There's a fire happening right here. Oh no. Sausage Surprise burned down. I don't remember what this one was. We do need a fire department and we do need a clinic. And I'm going to go ahead and put the fire department. There's a lot of territory to cover. Let's put the fire department. I've doubled my money already. This is really happening, everybody. I love it. I hate to be greedy, but I love it when my investments pay off. I'm going to put the fire department over here. Yeah. Maybe I can sneak it up in one of these little corners. There should probably be 2 for a city this size, but the truth is that this will work to cover the residential areas over here, and in particular the industrial buildings that are over here in this industrial zone catch fire a lot. So I want to make sure that the fire department is near them. And I'm going to go ahead and give them a bell. Ding, ding, ding. And I'm making 8,000 simoleons an hour in tax revenue. So I can afford to add another fire truck right over here. And this is the place to add it. Next, 21 deaths per day. I'm going to say that that's intolerable. So let's get a clinic going. And again, these little edge areas over here are good for sneaking in something like a clinic. And I'm going to do it right over here. Here's a clinic. They're not cheap, 20 grand. You can see, I hope, why I waited. Not enough room over there for them. So I'm going to put it right here. Just going to get it a little way from the road. And I know that almost immediately they're going to run out of space in there. So I'm going to add some patient rooms. And I will add an extra ambulance right there. That has reduced our monthly budget surplus by about 1,000 simoleons, but hey, do you know what? It's worth it to me. You can see now those ambulances are moving around. They're these little blue flags. And these are the sick people. They're coming to the clinic. You can see them, these little unhappy faces. That's what's happening. But it's time to bulldoze. We have 3 abandoned buildings and 2 burned down buildings. And I learned the best way to do it is like this. Oops, I accidentally bulldozed a regular home. What happened to Sausage Surprise? I wonder if they'll rebuild. There's another abandoned building due to building fire. They'll rebuild. Do we remember where Sausage Surprise was? It's over here somewhere, wasn't it? I feel like it was, yeah, it was over here. Now that's a vacant business. That's a vacant business. And where's that other sausage business? Here's the Zalem's Donut Nexus. Well, they'll figure it out. Still getting an orange alert here on medical. Yeah, there are a lot of health issues. I understand. And you're going to yell at me, unemployment crisis. There are more workers than there are jobs. Zone, industrial or commercial, to add more workplaces. Trust me. Better to have more workers than not enough. So let's max out this ore mine so we can really start making this money. We want to cover as much of this orange as possible. 2, 3. 388, 388, 384, 388, 366. There we go. 4. That actually kind of looks nice, sort of, in its own way. And let's go ahead. Let's go ahead and all right, there we go. All right, let's go ahead and get some oil up in here. I'm going to slow it down. Things are happening very quickly now. Let me just slow it down because we need more power and we need it yesterday. It will not be fun if we run out of power. So thank you, wind. You did a good job. But it is now time for oil to take over. I'm going to put you right up here and bring this online. Oil gives a lot of bang for its buck. And what we want to do, though, is add an oil storage area over here in our trade depot so that we can import some oil to make sure that it has the oil that we need, that we have the oil that we need. And I'm going to import oil. And it'd probably be wise to max out this with another ore lot, which I can add over there. And I'll go ahead and add an extra delivery truck or 2. And let's see how our power is doing here. Is this working yet? It's another thing that, yeah. I've turned on global deliveries. And I wonder if that means that, well, I don't know what it means. Maybe someone in the comments can tell me if, in your experience, if I have local deliveries for oil, excuse me, if I have local deliveries for oil turned on over here, does that mean I need to have a storage lot at the trade depot for oil, or does it just automatically go here? Yeah, it does means I don't need the lot for oil. Thank you very much, everybody. I'll just import that oil directly to the factory. And I'll go back over here. Oh, now I do have oil stored. So what I want to do is I want to make sure I don't import anymore. So I'm going to use that locally. Okay. I'm going to go back. Let me zoom out here for the big picture. It's starting to warm up here in my coat. We'll take both local and regional deliveries. This we don't need anymore. We can save that 120 simoleons per hour by turning it off. But I'll tell you what, I'm not going to get rid of it yet. Maybe need to turn it on at some point, right? Now, he's still talking about an unemployment crisis, and we still have some room here to zone some industrial. So I will zone some industrial, but I will also add an incinerator right over here. Now, part of what is making these businesses stay so small is that they are on dirt roads. And it might be time to start upgrading my roads to medium or even high density roads. That will allow bigger buildings to be built. Sorry, Kate. I know you're liking the small town approach. But eventually I'm going to have to upgrade these roads. You can't have Powerhouse Ledge with just dirt roads. Sometimes you got to get big. Sometimes you got to get big. Let's double check on a couple of things. Still getting this alert. A lot of sick people. 29 deaths per day. Let's check in on the clinic and make sure that it's doing everything it needs to do. It's over here, if I recall. Yeah. Clinic is full. We need more patient beds. You know, that's what they say on the pit. If we had more patient beds, we could get them out of chairs. There, I've maxed it out. I wonder if I can still put a road there. Yep, good. Just wanted to make sure. That'll help that. We've also got an upgrade to our town hall. Look at that. And I can put down a mayor's house to raise medium wealth land value. And that doesn't cost too much, does it? It's free. Yeah, why not? I do have to start raising land value here. I'm going to put that mayor's house. Where's our medium wealth neighborhood going to be? I think we're going to have to do low, medium, maybe high wealth will be down there. I don't know. But Yeah, from right to left. But the medium seems like it should be the middle. So let's put it somewhere right in the middle. Like that. And watch this. Let's put in a little medium wealth park right here. One right there. People are already upgrading their homes. You can see it happens very fast. Whoa. How did I get out here? Well, I switched to the regional view. Well, let's take a look at the regional view for a second. So here you see Powerhouse Ledge working. Excuse me, I got distracted there for a second. And if I spin around here, you see this is where we're going eventually, Grand Haven. Why does it need simoleons? I haven't claimed it yet. When did I ever play it? We'll take a little moment and see what's happening over here. I don't remember ever playing it. Not in this session, did I? This is our ultimate destination. Grand Haven will eventually become HODG-TONA Beach. Cruise destination, airport, maybe an Eiffel Tower, casinos galore, an amusement park. I feel like I'm pitching you a timeshare, but I'm telling you, it's going to be amazing. Grand Haven. It's always been my dream to build a successful city on this island, and I've never done it. But this Max Fun Drive, this 2-week season of morning episodes of Joy of Zoning, it's going to happen. I guess I already claimed it. So let's go back to let's go back to Powerhouse Ledge. Didn't like that beach ball. Where are you, Powerhouse Ledge? Oh, you're over here. Doing okay. I agree. Let's go load that one now. This will take a second. So I can remind you, it's the Max Fun Drive. What's been happening in the comments? A giant llama statue will be in order at HODG-TONA Beach. What else should we build there? Yeah, I get it, llama. Giant llama statue. I claimed it this morning before I claimed the ledge. I claimed the haven before I claimed the ledge. I didn't know it. If I looked at it, I claimed it without even playing it. I'm losing control of my brain. Everything. I can't keep track of anything, I should say. It is. It's a little chilly. Thanks, llama. Thanks for asking. Also, I just like wearing this jacket. People say nice things about it. Lower level for high wealth makes sense. They want that waterfront property. Here's the thing, Ann. Talking about where to put that high wealth area. If I'm gonna start focusing on that, you're right that we don't need that many. So there's less. We don't need this much room, right, for high wealth folks. But honestly, these Sims do not care about the ocean. They do not care about being near the water. They just don't care. They just don't care. But let's get to it. Let me switch my view here a little bit. Or I should say, get back into it. They just don't care. I don't need any high wealth people now, but we'll reserve this waterfront location for high wealth and perhaps a trade port, but we need to start. We're already at almost 300,000 simoleons. We're pulling in lots and lots of ore, but we're also spending on oil. Now, just out of curiosity, what if I were to lower taxes a little bit, just 1% across the board? It's pretty good. I'm going to do it. They deserve it. They're good people. I might have to raise them again. But first, I'm going to amp up my ore mining. Going to add another one. Maxed out that ore. I'm going to add another ore mine. 381 tons. I could put it in this way. 387, 382, 378, 387. Here's where we go. Boom. And I'm going to plop a bunch of these in. 1, 2. This is better. 3. And 4. I think that is pleasing to me. These ore mines have come out great as far as I'm concerned. I believe I added a delivery truck to this one, right? No, only one delivery truck still? All right, let's add one. So we can get all this ore out of here. Add 2 even. Well, now there's 3. Let's just max it out. It'll be worth it. And we'll add. Let's just do it. I'm going to have to do this eventually. Let's just do it now. There we go. They are maxed out. I don't need to pay attention to them anymore. But I do need to pay attention to what's happening over here. We want one more delivery truck over here, I think, to get those goods to market. And Kate told me, and others told me, I don't need that freight shipping warehouse, so let's get rid of it. And I'm going to add, I should be able to add one more ore mine or ore storage lot over here, right? And then we're waiting for this oil to go away. I think we have it set for regional use, right? Oil is used locally, right? Although I could, I suppose, sell it. There we go. That'll get rid of it. I know that I was saving it for a rainy day over here at our oil. Let's see what happens. I'm supposed to be getting it directly from the global market without needing a storage lot. I'm going to sell this oil and see what happens. Excuse me for a moment. Just put that down there for a little bit. I'm going to hide the amount of money that I'm making. Right? That's what business people do. I'm going to investigate whether I can put another trade depot in here. Not really. It would be nice if I could. It's not ideal. It's not ideal. I do like to keep them together. But there is something that I can do here. Uh-oh. Got a water crisis. We're approaching a poop crisis. With water, we can add another hydro pumping station. We are not yet approved for a water pumping station. We could build a metals HQ just now. Put a pause on that for a second. And we have a sewage treatment plant. We can't build these larger things until we have a Department of Utilities, which I believe we are authorized to build at this time. So let's do it. It's a good thing to have. If I build on that side, I take out all those houses. Let's put it right here in the back. I'll eventually take out those houses. Good. Now we have our energy going gangbusters up here. I also know there's a lot of water up here. But I want to check out the ground pollution from this oil. It's not saying anything. But if I'm right, there's water up in these hills. Quite a bit of it. So if I take a road, okay, let me just see take a road and run it up the hill. Keep running up that hill. Make a deal with God. What if I put my water right up in there? 44,000 simoleons, $400 an hour. It's a lot. But here there be water and I can expand it. Let's do it. I might need to build more water, honestly. Another station. What do we call it even? Water pumping station. I've discovered in the past that industry takes up a lot. And let's go ahead and let's get rid of this poop pipe and put a whole poop station in. I'm going to put it all the way down here at the end. No one wants to be near the poop station. $64,000 simoleons. You know what? It's not worth it yet. I can still put in more poop pipes. Look at all these poop pipes I can put in just, what is it, 10 grand? 3,500? Forget about it. There just isn't any reason not to keep the poop pipes going. Just pour it all out on the train tracks. These poop pipes aren't finished. Nope, they're good. Everything's good. Now you can see the cops are trying to convince me to create a police station. They're expensive. It is necessary to do eventually. Not yet. I just don't see a call for it. Everything's looking really good. I hope you're doing really good. This is the joy of zoning. Every morning this week and next, weekday morning, Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. Eastern, 7 a.m. Pacific. Whatever time it is for you around the world, you can join me and zone out while I zone commercial, residential, and industrial zones here in SimCity 2013. Our goal is to build an island paradise called HODG-TONA Beach in celebration of Max Fun Drive Spring Break 2025. And if you're reading the ticker tape below me, you know that this is the Max Fun Drive. If you're a fan of Judge John Hodgman and would like to support it, please consider becoming a member. We're waiting for some money to roll in. While we're doing it, I'm going to add a couple of things. I'm going to add a park. I'm going to add what would be nice for the medium wealth folks. Everyone loves it. Well, here's basic stuff for the low wealth folks. So awful to talk about it this way. Water park playground. There's not a lot that I can fit in here, So I might as well buffer this eyesore with, I don't know. Can we fit a volleyball court in there easily. Can we fit something? Can we fit a baseball field in? Yeah. Yeah. Let's put a baseball field in the ore field. There we go. In honor of Jesse Thorne. Oh, come on. Pop those green faces. You love baseball. Let's speed it up. Come on. There we go. Yes. Baseball has come to Powerhouse Ledge. Sound off in the comments. What should the name of the team be? This is an ore mining community. Should it be the Andors? Why not both? All right, I'll hide that banner now. Let's go back. Let's go back to the comments. I'm going to make this a little smaller, this window. There we go. Whoo, come on, Mothra, my dear. The Orioles. These are all good. The Nuggets. Are they a minor league team? Oh, llama. The Condors. Kate goes in with the Orioles too. The Hedgehogs. In 1649, St. Bernard Hill, a ragged band they called the Diggers came to show the people's will. They defied the landlords. They defied the laws. They were the dispossessed reclaiming what was theirs. It's Billy Bragg singing about miners. The Geodes, the Canary. Oh, phew. That one's dark. Just one asbesto. Plus, you got asbestos as your nickname. That one's dark. But I would do it if it were a coal mining community. But it's an ore mining community. I think the Orioles is really where it's at, y'all. I must say, that's pretty fun. Let's see what's happening. Are they playing a game even? Yeah, let's watch some baseball. Come on, everybody. Let's baseball. Come on, everybody. Do the baseball. De La Soul. Who's this? Devon Patel playing baseball. Oh, this is one of the happiest things I've done in this game ever. Build a baseball stand or, whatever thing. They're the yellow team and the orange team. Still have room over here. Let's add another park. Again, medium wealth. There's sports. I don't think there's room for a soccer field. Nope. We're not approved yet for a hot air balloon park. So it's these nature parks that are next. Colorful Path Park. Put that over here. What else is there? Not approved yet for these guys. Medium Path Park. What does that look like? There we go. There we go. I like that. And you know what? We might as well. What's the problem here? Not enough freight producers. Oh, right. Well, we might as well put in something here. Let's put in a couple of shops for, people who want to get a drink of cold water after the baseball game or what have you. And you can see these houses are improving, right? It's just happening because I'm adding those parks, these houses, these businesses. They're getting nicer, and soon it's not enough to be nice. Sometimes you have to be dense. Soon we will be getting denser. Our investments are paying off, everybody. Our investments are paying off. If you want to see how things become denser, let's go ahead and do it. Let's upgrade these roads. I'm going to upgrade these roads to, we have these choices. Low density. We already have low density dirt road. Hey, don't freeze. There we go. Someday this game is just not going to work. Someday I'm going to open this game. It's just not going to work. And no one's making it anymore. Grim to consider. Oh, in terms of the comments, I can see comments from YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook, not Twitter or Instagram. So if you're watching on Twitter or Instagram, go over to the Judge John Hodgman YouTube page. Judge John Hodgman Pod is that one. But in fact, I'm trying to keep an eye on the comments, but mostly I'm trying to build the city. I'm trying to zone out here properly. Oh, I was going to upgrade these roads and see what this does to this industrial section over here. Quite honestly, I think that to make this industrial section really big, I'm going to have to get rid of some of these interior roads, but let's see what happens first. Let's just upgrade for now. And I'm going to go ahead and upgrade all along this way to high density. This is what the streets are going to look like eventually. All the way around. I used to build, and you can see already they're getting bigger, right? And the bigger they are, the more people they'll employ and the more taxes they'll bring in. Is there anything happening there? Yeah, you can see. When these buildings start improving, we lose that tax revenue for a minute, but it'll come back. Don't worry. My message to you is don't worry. Did we say this was going to be medium wealth land? Feels like I'm building it in here now. We'll do this. We'll do low on the outside, medium on the inside. But in the meantime, I want to be able to get these people to their jobs. I'm going to clear away some of this rubble. A couple of abandoned buildings, too much crime. See, this is how the police start making their case. Here we go. Let's just get this over with. I've got money now. I'll just put a police station there, right there. We don't have approval for a regional bus station yet, so I'm not going to worry about that. I am going to go ahead and add some jail cells to the top. And a couple of cars. There we go. That should keep them off my back for a while. And then we have these big crossroads, and I'm going to go ahead and upgrade them too. Can you hear the music? Let me know in the comments if you can hear the SimCity music. It says like you can't hear it. What if I turn it up in the game? Just see for a second. pretty low. What if I put it? It's pretty quiet. Let me know if you end up hearing it. Oh, you know what? It's coming out of my computer. That's why. So maybe you're hearing it on my microphone. Yeah, it's coming through the microphone. That's about as good as it's going to get. I don't want to have to yell over it. Oh, I was upgrading some roads here, wasn't I? Increasing the density of these roads will obviously make them easier for traffic too, and that's important. Because if the fire truck can't get to where it needs to go, et cetera, particularly if people can't get to work, then we're going to have probs. This is why I like to draw my roads in as long a line as possible, because if you do little tiny bits of road, sometimes I forget to go all the way to high. You know what I mean? Sometimes I forget to go all the way to high. Let's just do it. Let's just, come on. Who am I even kidding with? You know I'm going to upgrade all these roads. I've got almost 400,000 simoleons now, thanks to our incredible ore sales. You can see those houses improving, those businesses improving. Go out a little bit, it'll be even faster. Small town life is transformed as Powerhouse Ledge becomes a real city. You may notice that the only template or whatever tab that is showing me a yellow sign is police. They're always yelling. They always want more. Oh, it's interesting, right? It's a simulation, I guess. We don't really need a high density street to go up to the power plant. This is kind of the most tedious part of the game, but once it gets done, it's done. Thanks for your patience. Sometimes it's hard to see what these little pop-ups get in your way. I believe we've had conversations before about the value of low and medium density streets, but honestly, I've never been able to understand what the point might be. Little freeze up there. Uh-oh. Oh, good. The music came back. I thought that was it. Could happen any day now. Could happen any day now. Once these streets get denser, these single unit homes, as you can see, are happening right here, will turn into small apartment buildings and then eventually towers. Then someone will yell at me and start saying, do you want to build a mega tower? That famous song from Frozen. Do you want to build a mega tower? Let's just finish this up. Got 10 more minutes. We'll finish up this road upgrade project and then we'll meet again. We'll take a little tour of town. Things are going well. See that little piece of road? Annoying to me. You can see the buildings are really growing now. See? Look at those little guys. Oop, look at this little chunk of dirt road right in front of the town hall. Whoops. I think I got everything except for these last couple. I'm going to keep this dirt road here just as a reminder of how things used to be in Powerhouse Ledge. There's a little historical reenactment. You know, like they have little streets and towns like Philadelphia that look like they used to in like colonial times or whatever. That's what's going on there. Now, this is a fancy futuristic park that I put in, and you can see that these buildings that have these little hexagons on them, they've been modernized. And these glowing hexagonal printed roads mean that this is a modern neighborhood. You're going to see some EVs in here, right? See them there? You can see them right over there. Slow it down a little. What are you yelling about? Not enough freight producers? That's because they're rebuilding. Hey, we got an upgrade. Fireworks. Yes. And I believe that we now have an option to add on to our city hall again. Now, this is not a democracy, but we have a couple of choices here. We can do a Department of Education, which, despite what you might have read, is very, 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 very valuable to society. And that will allow me to build some upper level schools. Eventually get a community college, which is good for upgrading the industrial buildings. Also, we need a college in order to send college kids to HODG-TONA Beach at spring break. Or we can go ahead and put in a Department of Transportation. This will allow me to put in some city buses as opposed to shuttle buses, which are not worth it. Regional buses act as both city buses and they bring people back and forth to other cities, such as HODG-TONA Beach. So, what's the vote? Throw it in the comments. I mean, we're going to do both eventually. Don't worry. But which first? Transportation or education? I'm going to ask, is Llama still in the chat? First of all, I could not be prouder than to remind you of the Norway Pavilion in Epcot. Thank you. I don't get any money from the Hartford Whalers or Helly Hansen for this. I think that everyone is agreeing. Well, no, it's kind of a mixed bag, but it feels like more people are into the Department of Education. Shall we do it? The music is certainly getting very dramatic. Listen. What's John Hodgman going to do next? 4 more minutes in the joy of zoning. Education. It's got to be. Plus, I don't want these houses here anyway. Although I can put the Department of Education anywhere in here. This is the well, yeah, this is better because I can put a little park in there. Watch this. Boink. People love the Department of Education anyway. And I can add a little park right in there. It's going to look pretty and everyone's going to love it. A little reflecting pool, one of my favorite drop-ins. Probably put in 2. Probably could fit another one right in there. Nope, that's it. Wonder if I could have done a wavy path park. Let's get rid of the reflecting pool for 1 second. It's worth it. I'll do it. We're almost up to 1 million simoleons just like that. Can I fit a wavy path park in there? No, 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 no. I don't want you in there. Don't build a house there. Don't do it. I got to move. I got to move so much faster because it's still zoned. Let's unzone that. There we go. Now I can get rid of this house. Sorry, house. Got to fight these people. They want to move in. Straight path park or wavy path park? Wavy path. Will it fit? Won't even fit. It's a waste of my time to begin with. Put that pool back. Bring that pool back. There we go. People like that a lot. Everything's happening. Look at that. We're back up to a revenue of almost 8,000 simoleons an hour. And that's not even counting the money that's rolling in. Take a quick look across the board. We've got plenty of energy, plenty of water, but you can see it's already dipping. Poop tubes are functioning. Garbage is being collected. We'll add a recycling center soon. No fires, no deaths. 5 crimes committed per day. Let's find a criminal. There you go. Ooh, where'd you go? I'll slow it down so I can really see them. Well, I'll pause it even. Where's the criminal? Where are you? Oh, he's in jail now. Oh, they just got released. Jail cell's full. That's the problem. Okay. Okay. I hear you. I can scoot in some jail cells right here. And add some more. And there we go. What do you want to sign? We love you. Are you happy now? Never will be happy. It's got to be done. I like it. I like it. I don't hate it. I like it. Okay, so we'll keep this going. What are you yelling about? Not enough freight producers. You're always saying that. I have a feeling, oh, you know what I can do? No, that won't work. I mean, why not? I'll get rid of these eventually, but let's just zone that freight, industrial. And we can just add some more here too. I'm going to get rid of these things though, eventually. But other than that, I think things are happening rather nicely. This is a nice layout. I don't hate it. We're building up a population. This is currently 26,000 folks, but it's going to get much bigger. We're making money. And we're going to totally max out energy up here. The water up here will run out, I have a feeling, eventually. I'm going to go ahead and add another water pump. It's noon. It's Monday. It's St. Patrick's Day. It's the day after John Darnielle's birthday. It's the anniversary of my friends Jonathan and Christine. It's the day before the book release for Jean Grey's In My Remaining Years. A lot is happening today. But what I want to tell you about is it is the first day of your Max FunCon drive. And before we go, I'll just say one more time, if you don't mind, where are my banners at? It's the Max Fun Drive. Please consider supporting Judge John Hodgman and all your favorite Maximum Fun podcasts at MaximumFun.org/join. I mean it. It's only one way that we are able to. Hello. It's only one way that we are able to continue bringing the Maximum Fun Network to you, and that is these 2 weeks of every year. If you just started listening to the Judge John Hodgman podcast, first of all, thank you. Second of all, thank you in advance. This is your time to give some thought to whether or not you want to become a member. This is how we make our money. This is how we pay Jennifer Marmer, Daniel Spear, Dan Telfer, AJ McKeon, all the producers at Maximum Fun. They're all employed and they have benefits. If you want to help keep the lights on in the podcast network called Maximum Fun, please consider going to MaximumFun.org/join. When you do, you will see there are all kinds of benefits to you, including thank you gifts, including bonus content, including all kinds of fun stuff that will unlock if we meet our benchmarks. But mostly you get the good feeling of knowing that if it is within your means, you're supporting something you care about the way that we ask you to. And this is how we ask. Joy of Zoning will return tomorrow at 7 a.m. Pacific, 10 a.m. Eastern, or whatever and whenever you are in the world. We'll be here with you tomorrow morning to zone out and continue to build. Tomorrow, we are going to, there we go. I like this one. Tomorrow, we are going, take a look at the whole thing. No, this is better. Tomorrow, we are going to develop this speech. We're going to get some more folks in. We're eventually going to put in a sewage system, which I know you're excited about. And we are going to maybe start importing alloy and coal, or maybe start smelting ore to make alloy and import plastic to make computer chips. And then we'll be rolling in some moles and our population is going to explode. And soon we'll be taking those resources and pouring them into the wonderful island, the sunny island, currently known as Grand Haven, which is out there somewhere. Ooh, is that it? Well, it's out there. Trust me. We'll take a look at it this way. There's the island of Grand Haven right here. And we will transform it into HODG-TONA Beach. Thank you very much for being here, everybody. Thank you, Llama, for putting Jean's book in the comments. If you're in New York, I'm doing an event with Jean Grey, guest bailiff, and Judge John Hodgman podcast, as well as so many other things. I'll be doing an event with her tomorrow night in Williamsburg at Isola, a brand new performance space where the Knitting Factory used to be. I think 7 p.m.-ish. Come and get it. Otherwise, we'll see you tomorrow. Well, otherwise, we'll see you this afternoon, 5 p.m. Eastern, right back here for the Judge John Hodgman J Squad Max Fun Drive kickoff stream. And then I'll be back tomorrow with Joy of Zoning at 10 a.m. Okay, that is all. Thank you for your kind attention. Bye-bye.